Ah, mornings. The birds chirp, the sun stretches its arms over the hills, and somewhere a retired gentleman realizes he's brewed coffee without water. Welcome back to Timeworn Echoes, where we wander through the hallways of forgotten wisdom, dust off the cobwebs, and laugh a little at the creaky hinges of life. Today, we're tackling something close to the bone, literally and figuratively. What our grandparents knew about pain, healing, and staying upright without Velcro shoes. So grab a cup of tea or a heating pad and settle in. You're about to hear what the elders knew about feeling better, moving better, and aging with a bit of that old school grit. Number 1, the ache that speaks, listening to pain differently. Pain used to be treated like a telegram, short, urgent, and worth paying attention to, not ignored or drowned in commercials for miracle rubs endorsed by ex-athletes who now limp more than you do. Back in the day, your grandmother didn't pop a pill at the first twinge. She'd sit, rub her knee thoughtfully, and say something like, "That's rain coming." And guess what? She was right. They listened to their bodies like an old radio, tuning it just right to catch the signal. Pain wasn't the enemy. It was a wise, grumpy companion saying, maybe stop hauling firewood like you're 25. Modern medicine is incredible, yes, but somewhere between cortisone shots and over-the-counter everything, we forgot how to interpret pain's language. The elders knew the difference between a sore back and a warning shot, and they moved accordingly. Number 2, the original anti-inflammatories, food as medicine. Before turmeric lattes hit trendy cafes, our elders were simmering roots and herbs like kitchen alchemists. Bone broth wasn't a $9 carton. It was what you made when the money was tight and knees were tighter. A little garlic for the blood, ginger for the joints, a shot of cider vinegar to make sure you were awake enough to regret it. They didn't count calories, they counted uses. That same cabbage you ate with dinner might also become a poultice on your sore ankle by sunset. And here's the kicker, it worked. Today, we're obsessed with superfoods, but Grandma just called them supper. Number 3, movement with meaning, how they stayed nimble without a gym membership. The elders didn't work out, they worked out in the fields, in the kitchen, carrying grandkids who refused to walk on their own legs despite having perfectly good ones. Movement was part of life, not a separate appointment sandwiched between emails and existential dread. They didn't need ergonomic chairs. They squatted, stretched, bent, and balanced as naturally as breathing. And when something hurt, they slowed down, not signed up for goat yoga. You know what builds core strength? Hand-washing laundry while a toddler tries to climb you like a mountain goat. That's CrossFit with consequences. Number 4, old remedies that still hold up. No snake oil here. Let's talk liniment oil, castor packs, and that strange concoction Aunt Edna swore by. Equal parts peppermint, prayer, and whatever was fermenting under the sink. Odd? Maybe, but also oddly effective. There's real science behind many of these age-old remedies. Heat loosens stiff muscles, compresses, reduce inflammation, and a good foot soak with Epsom salts does more than just prune your toes, it can help your whole system relax. And then there's rest. Remember that? Back when taking it easy didn't require a doctor's note or 3 apologetic emails, the elders gave pain time to move through them like weather, Not every twinge was a 5-alarm fire. Some were just passing clouds. Number 5, the power of community, healing together. Here's something modern life sorely lacks: company. Not the corporate kind, the human kind. The kind that shows up with soup, not spreadsheets. Our elders healed in community. When someone was hurting, the neighbors knew. They stopped by, brought food, shared stories that somehow made you feel better, even if your back still twinged. We've outsourced our health to specialists, which is sometimes necessary, but they can't replace a friend who says, "I've been through that too." That's medicine in its purest form. And laughter. Don't forget that. Elders knew a good belly laugh did more for the soul and the ribs than brooding ever did. Number 6, strength in stillness, the wisdom of slowing down. In a world obsessed with productivity, slowing down looks suspicious. But our elders knew the value of sitting still long enough to notice what hurts and why. You've seen it. The old man on the porch, not doing much, just being, and somehow knowing more than anyone bustling past him. Stillness was their secret weapon. It's where pain softens, perspective widens, and wisdom trickles in like morning light. Meditation, maybe not by name, but closing your eyes and listening to birds while sipping tea. That's mindfulness with calluses. Number 7, the mind-body bridge. They didn't separate the two. The elders didn't need fancy terms like psychosomatic to know that your mood affects your knees. They saw how grief hunched your back, how joy made even tired legs dance. Pain wasn't just physical. Healing wasn't just pills. They treated the whole person, sometimes with a hug, sometimes with a hearty laugh, and sometimes with the reminder that this too shall pass, even if it has to limp its way out. Here's what it all comes down to. Pain is part of life. But how we respond, how we listen, nourish, move, rest, and connect, that's where the real healing begins. Our elders didn't chase eternal youth. They aimed for lasting usefulness. They didn't avoid every ache. They just refused to be defined by them. So the next time something creaks, cracks, or groans, take a deep breath, smile, maybe grab some castor oil and ask yourself, what would Grandma do? And if the answer is rub a potato on it while humming hymns, maybe give it a try. Thanks for joining us on Timeworn Echoes. If you learned something, smiled, or remembered a remedy you thought was long gone, share it in the comments. Or better yet, share it with someone who needs a little of that old wisdom today. Until next time, be well, be wise, and don't forget, your story still matters.